Ooh, what's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2013. Sorry, my hair was like right over my face. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2013. We are playing as WCW Monday Night. Well, we're playing as WCW booking Monday Night Nitro, playing in the year of 2000. And this is the Nitro before our next pay-per-view, which I want to say is called Slamboree. Let me double check on that. What am I looking for right now? Schedule. There it is. Yep, Slamboree. So after this, we are going to be booking Slamboree, of course, but that is there. So this is the go-home show. And I have a general idea of what I'm going to do. We are going to be doing a big... Get out of my face. This piece of hair just won't stop falling down. I guess that's the problem with having long hair, nerds and geeks. We're going to be doing a big 8-man match tonight. So let's do... What am I looking for? Here it is. 4v4. And it'll be the team of Diamond Dallas Page, Booker T, Stevie Ray, and Lance Storm versus Chris Benoit, Shane Douglas, Dean Malenko, and Perry Saturn. So a big 8-man tag match. DDP, Harlem, Heat, and Lance Storm versus the new 4 Horsemen. So we're gonna make this a pretty big match here. So we're gonna give it the 15-minute mark. A lot of main eventers here. Big main event here tonight, and we're going to give the victory to... Yeah, I was thinking either Shane Doug. You know what? Yes, we're giving the victory to Shane Douglas. Should we? The reason why I'm saying Shane Douglas is because the loser of this match, I'm sorry, but it's going to be Stevie Ray. I am in the midst of kind of pushing Stevie Ray because I do have a little bit of a plan for Stevie Ray. It's mostly just going to be a way for him to give off momentum to the person I'm going to feud him with. But it's okay for him to take a loss, and he is the person out of the 4 of these guys, the odd man out that I really just wouldn't care. It's kind of like the Perry Saturn to the new 4 Horsemen here, despite the fact that I might want to be not giving Shane Douglas so much momentum because he'll be leaving us soon since he hates Ric Flair, and that's who we're playing as. Part of me wants to give it to Chris Benoit because he is like the big face of the new 4 Horsemen, and in fact, that's what we are going to do. I was going to do it to Shane Douglas. I know I went off a big spiel there, but I was going to give it to Shane Douglas, but, it just makes more sense to give it to Chris Benoit. We're building him up to be kind of like our next face of WCW. So, and we are going to make it a submission finish as well. So and I kind of want to give him some momentum heading into it, because I believe right now in his storyline, he's not looking too good. And I want to get him some more momentum. Oh, no, he has. Everyone in the storyline's doing good, actually, I remember. Who needed the momentum? I think everybody here was... Who was fairly poor? Chris Benoit, he was doing poor in the Shane Douglas storyline. That's what it was. I remember now. Okay. Whatever. There we go. So that's that's pretty much our main event of the night, because we're going to be doing actually, this is probably going to be our semi-main, and we're going to have like a throwaway main, which is kind of sad to say. But I guess it won't have to be a throwaway main. Actually, I know exactly what we'll do. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to have an opening pretty much with, what was it? Interview, pretty much Bret Hart coming out. He's going to go off on a rant about Sting, talking about the match that he's going to, how he had, how he's going to defend his title against Sting. He thinks it's bull crap, all that fun stuff. Okay, he wants to go unscripted. Give him 8 minutes of time there. And then we're going to have a match announcement. And it'll be announcing that Bret Hart will take on Ken Shamrock later tonight. And then we're also going to have the announcement of the big 8-man tag match we're going to have. So it's Diamond Dallas Page, Booker T, Stevie Ray, and Lance Storm versus Chris Benoit, Shane Douglas, Malenko, and Saturn. Sure. Why not? And then we're going to have a interview where Shamrock is hyping up his match against Bret Hart, whilst also kind of taking a jab at Kevin Nash, saying how he's going to be coming after him, because we cannot forget that Shamrock got rid of Hall, so he's coming after Nash next. Remember, he said he's taking down the NWO 2000. It's happening, nerds and geeks. He's doing it. He's like Shia LaBeouf. Just do it! That's what Shamrock's doing. It. All right. I want to do a interview, backstage interview. It'll be a hype interview with all 4 of them. Can I do that? No. I guess I can clone it, but it's a little much, I think. But okay. So we're going to be adding in 1. So Catalyst, Entertainment, Overness, off screen, okay. You need to be on screen. Oh, I need 1 more, that's right. Because I took away subject. So that's all 4 of them. Overness. We're going to keep this in the database as well. 4v4. Kept in a database. Commentary. Two, 3. And they're upcoming. Team. You need to be changed to 5. So let's just test this real quick. Person 1, the team of 2 and 3, and person 4, interview hyping their upcoming 8-man. We gotta change that. With person 5. Person 6 and then person. I knew we messed up on something. So this needs to be 6. This needs to be 7 and 8. And this needs to be 8-man tag. 8-person tag match. I like man better. 8-man tag match. Save. Save. Booyah. So it'll be Diamond Dallas Page, Booker T, Stevie Ray, Lance Storm, hyping up the match against Benoit, Shane Douglas, Malenko, and Perry Saturn. So DDP and Co. Hype match against New 4 Horse. Am I spelling that right? For some reason that just looks wrong to me, but whatever. Have them go for 5 minutes. Should be plenty of time. I gotta scratch my ear. My apologies for that, nerds and geeks. And let's go into the main event. We'll do Worker is walking. Be Bret Hart getting ready, basically. And the match. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Ken Shamrock. Bret has good momentum, so does Shamrock. So, oh boy. Make this 13 minutes. It'll end with Ken Shamrock winning, but it will be by DQ, of course. It's going to be an open, all-out match. Cheap win, DQ finish, outside interference finish. Ken Shamrock getting attacked by Kevin Nash, of course. Nash making his return. That's fine. He doesn't like the booking of the match. He thinks it's shit. This is gold, Bret. Gold! Well, now we just got to redo it all over. So instead of Ken Shamrock getting the victory, we are going to give it to Bret. It's still going to be an open all-out match. It's going to be a tainted win with outside interference. And Kevin Nash attacking Ken Shamrock. This is the 4th time? Nuh-uh. You're kidding me. We've had this match 3 times already? Yeah, I guess we did. Fuck. I really did not think that this was the 4th time. Damn it. This is what I built the whole show around. I really hate that rule sometimes. Oh, I really hate that rule sometimes. Oh, I really hate that rule sometimes. Fuck. I don't know what to do now. The whole point was for Shamrock, and Nash to get his little bit of revenge on Shamrock. Good old beat down on him after the match. Sting comes for the save, lays out the challenge to Bret, and reveals that they have a little bit of a match stipulation at the pay-per-view. But now, oh boy, now I don't know what to do. So analysis, main event. Okay, I don't want to do Nash. Guess I could do freaking Jeff Jarrett. So we're going to change this all around. And instead of... This is not what I wanted. So instead of the other match that we were going to get, this is going to be the semi-main, and we are going to switch the two. Oh, I'm so frustrated, Nerds and Geeks. So Shamrock will indeed get the victory. It's going to be in open, all-out match. Ugh, this sucks because that was going to be like the whole reveal. I guess we can have the commentators talking about it, but still, just frustrates me. I'm a little frustrated right now. Cheap win, DQ, outside interference. Shamrock gets attacked by Kevin Nash. And we'll have Bret Hart on commentary. So let's remove this. Edit this. Edit this. And instead of Bret walking to the ring, we're going to have guest color commentary. And we will have a post-match beatdown. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Still accomplishes the same thing. Then we are going to do a ringside, or not a ringside saving. Save from three on one attack. And it'll be Sting. Should I do Hulk Hogan too? Because it's Chef Jarrett. Yeah, I guess we should. Part of me was gonna do like, oh, Hulk Hogan. Not that he has the day off, but he's not here tonight. But why not? We have him. Might as well. Tag save from 3 on 1 attack, so it'll be Sting and Hulk Hogan saving Shamrock from Bret Hart, Jeff Jarrett, and Kevin Nash. Good 4 minutes out of that, I guess. Need to move like this back up. And then we are going to do, I guess, sort of a challenge in a way. But it will be more of Sting revealing their upcoming match. So Sting, Bret Hart, Sting reveals their title match at the pay-per-view will be a cage match. Boom, baby. And that'll be a good 6 minutes is fine. And that'll be the whole. That was going to be our main event. I still kind of want it to be the main event, but in fact, should we make it the main event, Nerds and Geeks? Yeah, I guess we should. Even though it's kind of like, oh, I'm taking a risk, but I think it'll be fine if I'm being honest. So we got all this stuff. I know I want to throw in a Hulk Hogan promo in there. So, promo, Hulk Hogan promo on Jeff Jarrett. Oh, Lord. So we have the Hogan promo. We'll put it between something, to be honest. What else did I want to do? I know I wanted to do something with the Buff Daddies and the animals. I just haven't really thought of it yet. Let's think now, I guess. Hmm. What we'll do is we'll do an opening bout, and we'll make it. I think we have done that too many times. Let's just see real quick. How many times we've done this? Yeah, we've done it too many times. I don't want to do the Disciples again. And it's not going to be the Big Buff Daddies, so we are going to have to throw a team together here. Possibly Rhino. We could do Kurt Hennig and someone. Kurt Hennig and who could I see teaming with Kurt Hennig? Could I see Regal? Let's do Kurt Hennig and David Flair. I guess. I don't know. It's not going to be much. Make it a 7-minute match. Work the crowd. Rey Mysterio, and we'll just make it a decisive win. Put that as the opening bout. And what I want to do for this is I want to do a ringside scouting, which will be Scott Steiner and Buff Bagwell scouting Mysterio and Conan. Does not need to be 2 minutes. Minutes fine. And then after that, I want to do like a modern TV opening kind of, but not necessarily like, oh, let's, talk. Or, you know what I'm trying to say? It's not like the opening. It's just practically Mysterio and Conan confronting Steiner and Bagwell about the actions last week. And Conan straight up says, if you want to do this, whatever, essay, I don't know. Let's do this. And then, a brawl breaks out. Pretty much simple. Simple booking, nerds and geeks. Give it about 6 minutes. Nah, 6 minutes seems too long. 5 minutes seems to be fine. Conan. I'm sorry, Conan. You're being scripted. I don't trust Rey Mysterio or Buff Bagwell enough. I could edit it but yeah. So we'll do that. We'll have Shamrock hype the upcoming match. I want to do this a little bit. Oh wow, yeah, I guess we need a lot between these two. I forget. Well, I got like a lot of tag matches going on tonight, I feel. Because I also wanted to do. First thing I want to do, though, I need to go to chemistry. I meant to check this before. Because I remember teaming with Tenzan. Okay. Well, let's try this team out then. So we're going to do the team of Black Rain and Vampiro versus the team of Jushin Liger and El Hijo del Santo. Have we ever done this match before? Oh, these two have teamed up with each other before. And this would actually be the third time I've done this match. So instead of doing that, we're going to have to think of something new, I guess. But what? That is the question. I still want to do something with Jushin Liger. What I'm thinking, what we can do, is we will do Jushin Liger, who is an opener, so we have to have him take on a lower mid-carder, and it won't be Steven Riggle. Wow, look at this. Mid-card heels are literally the disciples. Dr. Death? I guess we could do Dr. Death. That'll be an interesting matchup, I feel. And we are going to have Black Rain on the commentary table. Be a good 8-minute match with Liger getting the victory. And then afterwards, we are going to have pretty much Bam Bam Bigelow beating down on Liger. Sending a message to the Japanese star. Then we'll have our Hogan promo. Look at our analysis real quick. Who haven't we used? We haven't used Flair, but that's fine because I'm Flair. Oh, Vampire. Oh, I just said that, didn't I? I was like, oh, Vampire's in a mid-carder. I could just do like Vampiro versus Eddie Guerrero or something like that. That sounds like it would be a fun match, actually. Maybe I'll do a feud between those two after Liger. I think we should get no, Billy Kidman? Well, I have 13 minutes I must book. What else can I do? We have the Hogan promo. Hitman ranting about Sting in the beginning. I can add 2 minutes to that if I want. The save. Sting revealing the title match. Now I am confused. We're not starting the storyline just yet, if anyone's wondering why I'm not looking at it that way. Because there's no way a Billy Kidman match is going to be 13 minutes long, so I'm trying to figure out an angle to run. I guess we can do a Jeff Jarrett angle, where we'll have him doing kind of the same thing we had Shamrock doing, where he'll kind of, talk a little bit about Shamrock, and then go on the Hulk Hogan talking about pretty much what Hogan said earlier in the night. And that was a joke to him. So that'll give us 9 minutes left, and we'll do this. Well, you have to do the Hogan promo earlier if we're going to do that. Well, we don't really have to, I guess, because we can do something in between these two. And that could be the Billy Kidman match. So we'll do Billy Kidman versus, what are you, Billy? Mid-card, as I assumed. Billy Kidman versus the Great Muta? Great Muta would be a pretty good match, actually, I think. But I don't know if we can do... Well, I'm sure we can. In fact, I'll just push him up. Good old 10-minute match between these two. I feel like they'll have a good match. Billy Kidman. Actually, I have a better idea. And it'll kind of start that storyline in a way. Put the little teasing on it. So let's go to mid-carders, heels. Or do we do lower mid-carder? Let's do lower mid-carder. Let's put Steven Regal in the match. They've only had one match before it and it was actually a really good match. And it was in the first week, actually. Who won that match? Was it Billy Kidman? I assumed. So we'll have you two fight. And we'll have Regal get the victory. And then just open match. We don't necessarily need to go all out. And it'll be a distraction finish when Billy Kidman gets distracted by Randy Savage and Torrie Wilson. For Regal to get the win. And that does it. Ooh, I actually really like that angle. And we have Jarrett hyping the upcoming match. DDP in them, and then it goes into the match. And we come back immediately into that. Is there anybody I want to get on the pre-show? Let's get Eddie Guerrero some momentum, so we'll have him take on, like, the Great Muta. So, Eddie Guerrero and the Great Muta. Match history. Never had a one-on-one bout. Give him 10... let's give him... Yeah, let's give him 10 minutes. It's the pre-show. I really don't care. Eddie Guerrero, open, all-out match. Well, just Eddie Guerrero. And that's about it. Welcome to those nerds and geeks who clicked or looked below in the description and clicked on the little time thing to skip on ahead of all the booking. This might have taken a little while because I had to like rebook because my original idea didn't go through. But let's do it anyway. Let's run this show, nerds and geeks. The go-home show before Slamboree, I believe it was. Only one pre-show tonight. We get a 62C, a match had some good action but not much weighing heat. Eddie Guerrero defeating the Great Muta in 9 minutes and 32 seconds with the Frog Splash. We move on to the start of the show. Bret the Hitman Hart coming down to the ring, earning us a 77B. Thank you, Hitman. By the way, not the best of crowds. Goes off in an interview pretty much ranting about Sting and how he feels it's unfair how Sting is getting a title shot when he hasn't really earned it, yada, 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 typical Bret Hart thing. And despite the fact of him not doing well without a script, we still got a 77B. That kind of irritates me because maybe if he did well with the script, we could have got like an 80 or something. Who knows? Either way, pretty good start off to the show, I feel. And then the announcers put over the fact that we'll see Jeff Jarrett and Ken Shamrock battle in the main event. And then also later tonight, we'll see a huge 8-man tag match as Diamond Dallas Page, Booker T, and Stevie Ray of Harlem Heat and Lance Storm take on Chris Benoit, Shane Douglas, Dean Malenko, and Perry Saturn, better known as the new Four Horsemen, in an 8-man tag match later tonight. Then we have Filthy Animals in the ring getting ready to compete when Scott Steiner and Buff Bagwell's music hit, coming down to not distract, but scout their future opponents for the tag titles. And then our opening bout gets a 54C-. Bout that had solid reaction, but not much weighing heat. Filthy Animals defeating Kurt Hennig and David Flair when Mysterio defeated Flair with the Mysterio Rana. Flair and Daphne are a good pairing, and Mysterio came out of the match looking good. No negative chemistry here, so maybe we'll make this a little bit of a team with Perfect taking Flair under his wing. So Mysterio is improving in technical, and Flair is improving in performance. Good start to the show, I feel. And then Filthy Animals get on the mic, talk a little bit about how, hey, before you guys walk away, before you big buff daddies walk away from the ring, how about we have a little bit of a talk about what you did to us last week? And, Conan goes off saying, you guys decided to jump us with our backs turned, but now that our backs ain't turned, you ain't going to jump us. Now that we expecting you, you ain't going to jump us. Pretty much provoking them. Scott Steiner, of course, has a short fuse, and this leads to all four men brawling before the road agents having to come out and separate all four of them. I imagine, like Bret Hart and them coming out. Or not really Bret Hart, he's a little too big, but like, Jeff Jarrett, and I think that's actually about it. Because I can't really see Nash coming out either. Jeff Jarrett, pretty much, people coming out, separating all four. And then Scott Steiner's also improving in acting, so that's awesome. No. There we go. Then Ken Shamrock hyping up his upcoming battle against Jeff Jarrett later on tonight, but also making sure to throw in a little jab at Kevin Nash, speaking about where you've been, Nash. I mean, it's been a couple weeks since we've seen you, and you haven't showed up. Losing your best friend a little too much for you. And Shamrock saying it's no skin off his back if Nash decided to tuck his tail between his legs and run away just like Scott Hall. Or, not just like, he said, not like Scott Hall, pretty much saying just tuck his tail after Scott Hall left. He can respect Hall more than he respects Nash because of that. Just pretty much adding more fuel to the flame of him and Nash's match coming up. And then we get a 55C-. The match had some good action, but not much weighing heat. Jushin Liger defeating Dr. Death's Steven Williams in 7 minutes and 55 seconds with a quick roll-up. And this moves on to Bam Bam Bigelow just after the match, completely destroying Jushin Thunder Liger while Black Reign and Vampiro look on. And then I just imagine like Vampiro posing with the Cruiserweight title over him. And, yeah, there you go. Hulk Hogan cutting a promo on Jeff Jarrett. Gets an 80. I love that. Hulk Hogan was also superb without a script, so a little bit better than friggin' Bret Hart, shall we? Either way, Hogan cutting a great promo on Jeff Jarrett. I imagine him pretty much just talking about how slimy Jarrett is, how he remembers him coming up in the WWF, and how he like slid his way into everything, and he didn't really get to see much because he's only really heard rumors, but now he's seen how he just slid his way into the NWO and all this stuff, and pretty much just trash talking Jarrett, saying that he's scum and all that, and kind of contradicting himself at the same time because Hulk Hogan is almost doing exactly that, but that's Hulk Hogan for you. And then we have a 60C match had some good action, but not much weighing heat. Steven Regal defeating Billy Kidman. Ooh, I wish I would have made it pinfall because submission's a little much for me, but by submission, after a distraction from Randy Savage. So the way I imagine this is the match is actually going really good. We have a nice back-and-forth contest between Kidman and Regal. Tori's rooting him on, and then all of a sudden you're like, what's Randy Savage doing coming down to the ring? Randy Savage comes to the ring with like flowers and chocolates in his hands and handing them off to Tori and all that, and Tori's just kind of like, what are you doing? And Billy gets distracted by it, which I would imagine it leads to maybe, I would like to say a power of the punch, Regal with the brass knuckles, but he could turn it to anything. But I guess a Regal stretch can be a way for him to make him tap out. So that's a nice way to start off the storyline, but nothing too true yet. And then Jarrett hyping the upcoming battle against Shamrock and even Hulk Hogan, kind of taking jabs at Hogan saying, I heard you had to say about me, blah, blah, blah. Back and forth between the two, pretty much good old jazz. Not jazz. I don't know what jazz has to do with anything here. Then we go to an interview backstage with DDP, Harlem Heat, and Lance Storm, all hyping their upcoming match against the New Four Horsemen. I'm actually a little happy. Not a little happy. I'm satisfied. I'm very happy with the way this angle turned out. But why I'm saying that I'm a little happy, but what I'm saying, or what I'm trying to say, oh my lord. What I'm trying to say here is I'm a little surprised by the rating here because I wasn't too sure about Stevie Ray's entertainment value. I know both DDP and Booker T kind of have a good of entertainment. Wasn't sure about Stevie Ray, and I know Lance Storm's a little on the duller side, but it looks like it worked out really well for me in the end. Not the best angle in the world, but not as bad as I was hoping, what I figured. And then we go into a 74 B-8-man tag match. Some good action in Average Heat. New Four Horsemen defeating Paige, Storm, and Harlem Heat when Benoit defeated Stevie Ray by submission. Dean Malenko needs something to freshen his character up, of course. But all in all, good match. That gets Benoit some momentum and also keeps DDP, Storm, and Booker T good. So DDP is improving in Rumble, and Booker T is improving in technical and flying skills. We then go on to Bret Hart coming down to the ring to do color commentary for the next match. I think that might have been our highest rated angle so far. And then we have a 67C+ as our main event. Not the best main event, but I'm actually a little bit surprised by this as well. I expected just a solid C, not something as close to a B. So that means both these men are rising up. So some good action in Average Heat. Shamrock defeating Jeff Jarrett in 12 minutes and 50 seconds when Jarrett was disqualified after Nash ran in and attacked Shamrock. That also might have affected it. We can actually look and see. So Shamrock's got a bonus for charisma, star quality, going all out, high morale, and good gimmick. Jarrett, charisma, star quality, going all out. Well booked. Glad to see that. High experience. Road agent work of Bobby Eaton. So it was lowered the crowd's mood. Interesting. Maybe it's just because the match before did so well. Either way, I'm happy for the mount or the batch, the mount, and the batch. When I meant to say the match and the bout, I must have dyslexia. And then we have Ken Shamrock just getting beaten down by Kevin Nash, and Bret Hart and Jeff Jarrett start joining in before here comes Sting, here comes Hogan saving Shamrock from the beatdown. Yay, friends! And then Sting announces to end off the show that him and Bret Hart will be fighting inside a steel cage at Slamboree. Good way to end off the show. 79B. I'm happy with that. So, all in all, we only lost popularity in one region. I wonder if that was the tri-state area. I think because we're like only a certain popularity in there, we have to reach it. But we increased popularity in 18 regions, so that was a good Monday Night Nitro. That was a really good Monday Night Nitro, actually. Not like the best Nitro. We've actually had way better Nitros because one of the Nitros is actually our highest rated program, but still, that was a good Nitro. Although Monday Night Raw is getting fantastic reviews. Duel the Butch is retiring. Kurt Angle's got like all the support. Yeah, they got an 84 B+ where we got a 73 B-. We are like a good 11 points behind them. Look at Triple H and The Undertaker getting a 91 in their main event match. Papa Chulu? Are they using... Hold on. I'm curious now. I have to double check this. Okay, that's not who I thought it was. Oh, it's Papa Shango is who I was thinking of. I thought they were using, like, the Godfather as Papa Shango. I was like, what are they doing that for? Anyone else curious about this? I'm curious, so let's look at this. I want to see where everyone places on the card. We'll do this before we end off the episode. My apologies to those who are, oh, come on, just end it off. But you can click off now. Nothing else important is going on. But this is for those who want to see as curiosity as me. So for enhancement talents, Brock Lesnar is an enhancement talent right now. And Flash Flanagan. Flash Flanagan's name sounds really familiar. I just can't really think of who he is. Openers are Funaki, Midian, Papi Chulu, who is S.A. Rios, and Prince Albert. Not Prince Albert. Ugh, I don't know what is up with my speech patterns. Lower mid-carders, we have Chaz Warrington, who was better known as, I want to say Mosh. Let me double check. Yeah, he was Mosh in Beaver Cleavage, but that's Mosh. I actually trained at the same school as him as a wrestler, Monster Factory, with Larry Sharp. Never met Larry Sharp, though, so don't ask me if I did. D'Lo Brown, who deserves to be way more than a lower mid-carder. If I'm able to steal him away from WWE, you already know I'm going to try to push him to the moon. Not the moon, but make him pretty good. Gangrel, Glenn Ruth, who is better known as Thrasher. Grandmaster XA, Stevie Richards, and Taka Michinoku. Mid-carders are Bob Holly, Bradshaw, Bubba Ray Dudley, Davey Boy Smith, Devon Dudley, Farouk, Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, Matt Hardy, Steve Blackman. Look at all those ratings. If I could steal Kurt Angle, I will. Steve Blackman, Taz, The Godfather, and Viscera. May he rest in peace. Upper mid-carders, we have Al Snow, Big Boss Man, Chris Jericho, Christian, Crash Holly, Edge, Test, Val Venus, and X-Pac. And main eventers are the obvious ones, of course, but is there anyone who would catch me by surprise? Kane, Mankind, Mr. Ass. Billy Gunn's a main eventer. Rikishi's a main eventer. Good for... Why is he a main eventer? Look at that popularity. Okay. Road Dogg, The Big Show, The Rock, The Undertaker, and Triple H. Who are their champions? Val Venus is European, Bossman's Hardcore, Kishi is Intercontinental, no King of the Ring yet, Chyna's the Women's Champion, Big Show is the World Champion, and the World Tag Team Champions are the New Age Outlaws. Alright, well, that's pretty interesting. Before we end this video off, let's just look at our emails. They are unhappy with our ratings. Nitro went up, though. You can't be mad about that. And TBS are not interested in taking on the length of a show. So what I am going to do is I am going to turn TNT down. So they'll take on the length of our show. So in fact, I'm going to do that on camera right now so you guys know exactly what I'm doing. So we're going to go to TV networks, TNT, right, TNT? And we are going to turn them down to Colt. Oops, didn't mean to go there. And we will try to extend our contract with them now that they are a Colt company. Or a Colt thing. And if that doesn't work out, then what I'll end up doing is just putting a random freaking company. Oh, wait, I can't do that. Oh, this sucks. I can't lose my TV deal. I don't know what I'll do. Leave any suggestions down below if you have any recommendations. Either way, Nerds and Geeks, my name's been OMGWTFL. This video has probably been running on way too long, and I'll see you guys for Slamboree 2000. So until then, have a wonderful day.